from the Wet Stuff podcast.
Can you hear us, Monster?
I don't think he can hear us.
Oh, I can hear you now.
Okay.
Oh, I was going to tell you, I'm the one that wrote to you from the Wet Stuff podcast. I didn't even know you were going to be here tonight.
Oh, no. I made plans to be here.
Great.
So
thank you so much for having me.
Hey, no problem. We do this where, we kind of get together as artists and kind of compare notes and see, what's working, what's not working. And I'm usually, in our see, we're with Art Storefronts is where we have our websites, and they also provide a print back end. So they provide prints and stuff like that.
Okay.
So once you get up and rolling, that's something you might want to consider, but let's get you up and rolling first.
Okay.
But I'm usually out experimenting and catching everybody up on what I'm doing because I'm the Art Storefronts. I'm kind of a thorn in their side.
Oh,
well, because like in the beginning they said, oh, you don't want to automate your emails going out. You want a personal touch. And I'm like, not that's not sustainable. And then 3 months later we're automating. And I'm like, okay, I'm ahead of you. I'm already there.
You need to get hired onto the team or something.
They tried. They're not having me. But that's okay. That's okay.
Oh,
what?
I
don't know. Okay. So, okay. Monster, I got a surprise for you.
Okay. No fucking way! Excuse my language.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome!
It looks great.
Oh my god. Oh, that's so good. That's
so
yeah. Good.
I'm not good at keeping secrets either, and I know this one's not either. So here's another one. Okay.
Oh wow.
So these are coming to you. That's why I needed your address.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh my god, that's awesome.
So I've seen all the stuff that you've been doing. It's amazing. It really is.
Thank you so much. I was just telling my wife before, which by the way she said she apologizes. She had a rough day, so she was not going to be able to join us.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I told her, I was like, I showed her some of the new stuff that I've been working on, and I can't stop.
Yeah.
I cannot stop.
That's great. You don't want to. You don't want to stop. I have got commissions lined up, and I'm having the time of my life just painting,
That sounds amazing.
Yeah. So Katie, what have you been working on?
Oh my God. I'm a gallery owner again.
Really?
Nice.
Yeah, not a brick and mortar. I converted my website to a gallery website, and I put together a collective. This is all not just me. This has been a conversation between me and a very dear friend of mine who does dream interpretation and tarot reading. I wanted to build her a website because she needs a website. I still want to make her a website, but I thought about it and I was like, is there any reason I can't put her we can't work together? And
no, art storefronts will totally endorse that.
So I thought, well, I'm not a good business owner. This was my line of thinking. I am not a good business owner. I suck at running things, but I'm really good at making stuff happen. Put me on something to support someone for task management or whatever, and I'll go get them, and I won't stop. But try to get me to toot my own horn for a minute, and I'm just like, no. Anyway, my thinking was, I'm not a good business owner, blah blah blah, But Sarah, she was she was my boss at Mugs. She is she's amazing. She's absolutely incredible, and she was an amazing person to work for. And she also helped me when I owned my brick and mortar gallery. So she's a dear friend of mine. And I was talking to her about, maybe you should be the business owner and have your own also gallery and do your thing. And but she's also a mother of 2 and she really needs a steady paycheck.
Yeah, that's kind of,
So that kind of takes priority, because
Right.
she has to take care of her kids. So
see, my
anyway, she
paycheck
is
just ran out on me with COVID squashed my business. The company I work for folded.
Wow.
So that's when all the art festivals shut down. My job went away, so I came to Art Storefronts to try and take my art online to try and build it into something. And it's been a road, but I've sold as much this year as I did last year when I had the art festivals. So
Nice. Oh, that's good.
yeah. So Katie was doing something we were chatting via Messenger that you're going to need to do, Monster, and that's Facebook store.
A Facebook store?
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, if you promote your products, if we could promote them as they come out, and there is a way for people to purchase straight from social media posts without having to leave Facebook or Instagram. And so I haven't actually sold anything that way, but it's taking stuff out of the way that people might have. Well, let me stop and do this and go to the website and purchase it. If they're already there, they can just purchase it while they're there.
Well, and
so
supports it, so they won't get buried. The post won't get just buried. They might actually have a chance to get seen, especially in the beginning at least.
Right.
We're finding that Facebook is a pay to play. Not everybody sees your posts. Everybody that follows you, not everybody that follows you sees your posts, which is crazy. It's like, hey, they want to see my stuff. Why aren't you showing them my stuff?
Yeah.
But
I actually have an art page on Facebook, and every once in a blue moon, I will get the notification that 2 or 3 people have seen it, and I'm like, well, I mean, at least it's getting seen.
Yeah, well, that's good. We'll have to ramp that up and do that. But
sounds good.
Yeah, very excited.
I am so excited. This has taken me, like, when I tell you, years, especially right now that I know you're wearing one of my shirts.
Yeah.
It's insane. Totally insane.
Well, your designs really lend themselves to t-shirts and stickers. They really do. And I'm sure there's other things we can come up with.
Yeah.
But the stuff in your sketchbook is definitely, stickers and t-shirts, and there's money to be made there. So so what I want to do is I'm slowly adding stuff to your store. I don't know if you see stuff but initially it was set up like it was just a show and tell. But then Tonks set up the square. Do you know that?
Yes.
Okay. Tonks set up the square, affiliated to the site, linked it to Printful, and I've been setting up your Printful, so I have access to your Printful, so I can create merch. But people could start ordering this like now. People could order stuff now.
Oh my God!
Really?
Yeah.
Ah, damn it!
That is amazing.
I gotta wait.
Yeah. But yeah, people could start ordering stuff, and I put stickers up there, and I put I've got shirts, and the thing is, it's all print on demand, so there's nothing out of your pocket. You don't have an inventory, you don't have supplies, you don't have to make a bunch of stuff and then hope it sells.
Right.
And you don't have to put like $10,000 up front just to get your foot in the door.
That sounds great.
Yeah. You get to spend more time.
Because I definitely don't have that.
Yeah.
I know, it's crazy how do you that's something I've been struggling with, is trying to figure out, how to how to play without paying.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what? It's hard. And I got to tell you, because I've been doing art festivals, and it's like the very first art festival I did, literally, you know, I borrowed stuff to hang my art on. And then as time goes on, you know, you invest in this piece or that piece. You know, I've been doing shows for 15 years now.
Wow.
And, you know, my display now, you've seen my display, haven't you, Katie?
Yes. Oh, I thought you were talking to me. I'm sorry. But yes, I got a little
Yeah,
excited.
it's nice.
Yes, I've seen it.
And that's stuff they're not cheap.
No,
Oh.
it's I have a booth. It's a booth, a trim line. It's not a pop-up tent. It has pipes that go together, and it takes like a couple hours to put together when I get my son to help me. And, you know, it has vinyl walls that zip together, and, you know, then I have black mesh panels that hang on the inside of the tent to hang my artwork on S-hooks. So, you know, I've got this whole system.
Yeah.
But it's taken a minute to invest in that. So,
Yeah, I can imagine.
but
Yeah. It's
You know
interesting.
what-
It's like you have to find some form of labor that you can do that not only can you survive doing it, but you can have like a little extra saved up in case you want to ever try your own gig.
yeah.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
See, and I don't have that. I had
crazy.
that.
Unless you can
But-
find
So you're working second shift now, though, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So what hours is that?
I go in at 2 p.m. in the afternoon and get off at 10:30.
So that means you get time with your boy in the morning, right?
Yes, I get a lot of time. I mean, most of the TikToks that I've done from in the mornings, like I can eat. He's running around in the yard and he's just having his best life.
He's a cutie.
Thank you. He's deceiving. He's
Aw.
very
Well, how old is he?
He's 3.
3. Yeah.
how old
See,
is he?
Huh?
Oh my God.
He's 3. Yeah. She's catching up.
Yeah.
See, my youngest turned 18 this year.
Oh wow.
So, and my oldest is 29. So, and you know, they all live here. I've got 2 boys and a girl. Well, Sam's non-binary, so I have 3 children. And they all live here, and they're all autistic. So that's fun. Fun. One form or another.
Oh my! I can't
issues.
imagine that. Like, I took care of my youngest 3 siblings when I was in high school, like a little before that. You know, growing up, and then never had kids
Yeah.
after doing. Just wasn't in the cards for me.
Right.
Yeah.
But I know that having
So
so
as
many
far as
challenges.
yeah, as far as sales and selling your art and getting stuff moving, what are you doing, Katie?
I've been bartering, honestly.
Yeah.
I have a really big project I need done at my home, and it's like I need a fence for my dogs so they can go outside, because right now all day long we have to take them outside on leashes, you know, for them to go to the bathroom, and it's a hassle. You know, it'd be nice.
Yeah.
I have a doggy door I installed, and I had to put it in the wall. Anyway, I need a fence built. So I
Yeah.
need like chain link, I need supplies, I need whatever. So I've been working on that. And one of my collectors, longtime collector, is also an amazing artist and welder and just a badass all around. She's just like incredible. She fixed my front gate. She welded it back together after one of my dogs knocked it down.
Oh,
You know,
wow.
she made it stronger than it was before. And a while back, she commissioned me to do a beautiful piece, and we did a payment plan. So I asked her if we could barter for the rest, you know, of the painting I'm working on. If, you know, instead of her paying me cash, if I could use her skills and have her help me build this fence. So I've been working on that. Also did a wedding commission. I don't know if you remember that. It was like
Yeah.
it was great.
Yeah, I remember
Very
that.
well received. And I have to look at it right now. I still have it here. I had to put the final coat of art resin on it, and I think I'll be able to touch it now. If you guys want to see it, I need to take this
Absolutely.
box off the top
I was
of it.
just about to ask.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Show us.
let's see if I can show you here. This box, see this, oh, let's see, this box. See that big box?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's under that big box. So let me see. I'm going to set this camera down, and I'm going to go over to that box, and I'm going to lift it up.
Sounds good. Oh wow, that is a big box.
Yeah.
The resin's stuck in the box,
Mhm.
so it's not lifting.
Oh no.
I'll be right back.
Oh, it's still sticky. It's still sticky. Yeah, it's still sticky.
Oh, that's
It's
Resin.
yeah.
It's resin. Yeah, I coat my paintings now with art resin. Not all the time, but
Come here, come here.
I like the way it looks. See if I can.
Look. Look.
Oh, I love it. You like it?
I do. Like I squealed.
That's what I heard. That's the only reason I got up because I thought it was this.
No, it was me.
Look, here we. Oh, look, here comes Stephen.
Hello. Whee!
Oh.
We're here.
So Stephen is a watercolorist. He lives in Venice Beach. Katie is in New Mexico, and this is Monster. He's my TikTok friend.
Where is he? Where are you from? Where are you? What part of the country?
I can't hear him.
He's in Georgia.
Oh, you're in
yes,
Georgia.
in Georgia.
You're okay. Wow. We're all corners of the country, man. We're just like meeting together online.
Yep.
It's cool.
So I was showing Monster that, and this just came in today.
Oh, is that? Oh, yeah.
It's his artwork.
I like the mask.
Yeah.
Is that your logo?
No.
No, I did that too.
Oh God,
Have you-
man.
Have you seen the site? Have you guys seen the site?
Not
Yes.
yet. Not the full thing. No.
Okay, so I'm gonna
Let's
share
look at it.
screen here. Share screen, share, and then we're gonna go to
Oh, Raven Oak. Look at that, man.
so this is the landing page.
Well, that's cool.
Beautiful.
Was
Then
that? Did you put the virtual gallery together? Is this on the Blender gallery that you made?
No, it's not in Blender, it's just Photoshop.
Oh, okay. You took the background and then you pasted.
Yeah.
And did you use the vanishing point application to put them in perspective?
No. I just did it by hand.
Wow.
But I put it's got contact, it's got his location, and
Awesome.
it's got a store, and I've been putting together the shop, and it's got
Very cool products.
Is that the octopus?
Yeah. Look at that. The
Which-
T-shirts.
This one right here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, that's bomb.
check it.
It's really bomb. Look
Yeah.
at that. Let me see. Yeah, I love the color combinations. Yeah.
What are you using to build this website?
Wix.
This is Wix?
Yep.
Mhm.
So
Right on.
the cool thing is that it's all set up to self-fulfill. So people will come on and they'll see this product, they'll purchase it. It speaks to Printful, and you know, Monster doesn't have to do anything. Oh, let's stop share. Stop doing things.
Wow.
You don't have to do anything. It'll auto-fulfill, except for stuff that you have stuff that you have to physically send to somebody.
Oh
Right.
wow.
Yeah.
That is cool. Is it so I mean like the Ravens, is that like your piece and stuff like that? And you're like selling
Well,
them
this-
like t-shirts and stickers?
Well, here's the thing. This was supposed to be a surprise, but somebody had
Oh,
Snoopy.
no. Uh-huh.
His wife and I were kind of like conniving in the background. She went and set up Square, and she set up a Wix account and gave me the
Ah.
keys to it. And then I started setting up merch to put in the shop to populate it, so that when I handed it over, you know,
Mhm.
oh, it's got stuff in it, and then you could take it from there. But he found out about it before Christmas.
Oh, you're opening your packages before Christmas.
I am.
And that's cheating. But I understand. That's
Yeah.
cool.
But it happens every year. I always figure it out every year.
Oh.
He has not been able to surprise me.
Oh, you're one of
No.
those. You couldn't get through when you were a kid. You couldn't get through the night without peeking.
Absolutely not.
Is
That's
Myth
cool.
the same way?
He is. He is.
Okay, well there you go.
He's got the cutest little 3-year-old you have ever seen.
Oh, what's his name or her name?
Myth.
Myth. Ah, like mythology, right? Myth.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
So
Oh, that's a cool name.
yeah, it is, and he's a cute little guy.
Aw.
So we were gonna kind of talk about and we're just I had someone that was gonna come on that's been an artist for 30 years, but she's having issues with her eyes, and she wanted to go lay down, so she isn't joining us tonight. But she said that she would. So maybe not tonight, but we try and do this every week, just kind of compare notes and see. Sometimes we're painting and creating all together at the same time, and we'll like stop and we'll hold stuff up and whatever.
Mhm.
Oh, nice.
But that's fun. This is actually streaming to my Facebook, and so people are actually on watching.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Can you on this, can like everybody like share something on like if could you make it so people can share on their screen?
Yeah, I think you can. If
Yeah,
you're in
that-
the back end of what you call it. Hi, Marie Hilty
Yeah,
from TikTok.
Because that's cool, because then like everybody could talk about what they're working on and doing, and
Yeah. I just thought
know,
with Q4 being here and like
Oh, I really want to show you my dog.
what?
Q4.
I have a dog idea. I want to show you, but I don't think I can. I
Why?
didn't sign a non-disclosure agreement, but I don't think he wants it out there yet.
Oh,
Okay.
No, I'm not going to
Yeah.
show it.
Okay.
It's cute.
Okay.
So Marie Hilty is in the audience there. She's watching us on one of my Facebook channels, and she's also on TikTok. Marie, you need to go follow Monster1388. He's there. Oh, there. I'm pointing in the wrong direction. He's there.
Okay.
So, but you guys,
Was she coming in?
Marie, do you want to join us, Marie?
Come on in.
Let me. I'm gonna.
The more the merrier.
Yeah, let me
Right.
go find Marie and.
Come here. Get over here.
Okay, so Marie.
It didn't ask me for anything.
Okay.
It's my dog Pepper.
Okay,
What dog
so
is it?
I'm trying to find Marie. There.
Feeling?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Katie, is it cold over where you are?
Yeah. Well,
What-
I'm a baby now. I'm cold, you know.
What is it snowing in New Mexico?
Yeah, actually it did snow, which was
Wow.
amazing. We were not expecting that.
How about in Georgia? What's the weather like?
We got a little bit of snow, nothing to be super proud of a couple of days ago, but
Uh-huh.
it's just been cold and windy. But that's it.
Years ago, I worked on a movie in Atlanta, and in the like 2 weeks, it snowed, it was hailed, and it was sunny in the 80s. Like
Yeah.
the weather changes really quickly.
Yeah, it's
in that part of the country.
bipolar here.
I was in Colorado a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And
It snows there.
It was cold and it was icky, and I vote no.
Icky cold.
Yeah.
Like not picturesque with the nice puppy.
No, it wasn't.
It was like it must have been hard to drive.
It was. I had a big truck, so it wasn't that bad. But oh, there.
Pepper.
Okay, so, but yeah, I was in Colorado. I was visiting because I was considering moving to somewhere else, and there happened to be a show there. Oh, Gretchen says it's in the mid 30s there.
Wow.
She's up in Washington State.
Oh yeah, near the Palouse it gets really cold.
Yeah. But I was in Colorado and I was doing a show there. You know, the latest. Have you guys heard what happened in Colorado?
No.
Okay, so I'm traveling across 2 states with my kids to do this show and to visit, and I get there, and it's just on the heels of doing the show in San Diego. And in San Diego, they took our temperatures. They gave us wristbands to indicate they took our temperatures. They gated the environment, so you couldn't get in unless you were taking precautions. So on the heels of that, I go to Colorado, and they say that they're taking COVID precautions as well. I end up. Here comes Marie.
All right, there you are.
But
There she is.
so I was moved to the inside of a mall, and they were not enforcing masks. And the vendor that set up next to me refused to wear a mask, she said, it's not that serious a virus. It doesn't kill that many people.
No.
Yeah.
That's some crazy stuff.
News.
So I went after
I know a
the.
lot of people who are like that. That we are
Really?
the mask wearing here in New Mexico right now, but I know folks who feel that way.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
I do too, but the fact that she acknowledged that it did kill people, but not enough for her to be worried
Right.
about it, that.
Right.
Tell her
was-
about the person of the honey shop.
Oh, so this person went up to the honey vendor and was like all in her stuff, not wearing a mask, and it's like.
No.
So, but what happened was I came back here. I had complained to the promoter that Saturday night, and Sunday he ignored me. But what you call it? Marie keeps in and out.
We'll be right back. I can still hear you.
Okay.
You probably won't see me.
Okay. Gretchen says that today one person in the U.S. died every 30 seconds. Yeah, we had a lot of people die. In fact, we're in California. We're going to be locked down for 3 weeks.
Oh, did it in LA? Did the lockdown order go through, or is it statewide now?
Oh, the audio's awful, she says. Marie says. I think it went through. The governor said yeah, it's
about, man, it's about
but-
time. This is
but-
all the Thanksgiving stuff. People
oh
went.
yeah, well that hasn't even hit yet. That
A,
hasn't
m-
hit.
a million people got on planes. How stupid is that?
Yeah.
And they say that I was watched Rachel Maddow's show, and she said that there's close to 100,000 people in hospitals, and they're expecting in the next 2 weeks like 200,000.
Well, what I read in the news brief was that when hospital capacity, when hospital bed capacity gets down to 15% is when the lockdown happens and they're going by region. So we're gonna get hit real quick where everything's gonna shut back down. But that's what I'm finding is getting people attention on my work is being out person to person. So a lot of my I'm over 3K for the month, so which is awesome. But a big portion of that is the San Diego show and all the exposure I got there. And
You're lucky that they really took that seriously and that you were protected.
oh yeah. But I wasn't in Colorado, and I'm fighting that, and I should get an answer on whether I get. He shut everything down, told people come get their stuff, and he ran away.
That's probably, that sounds criminal to me. I mean, like,
Oh yeah, he's got people coming after him. That's why he can fail and run.
well, the thing is, the in-person stuff from the next few months until they get that vaccine out, that's not going to be happening. But I think
the thing is, it is happening, and that's what's scary. And I as much as I want to be out in public, I'm not. SoCal Etsy, Etsy has like these in-person things where they set up in malls.
Yeah.
And I've done a couple of their shows. It's like $100 for the weekend. You keep mall hours, and they give you a table and 2 chairs, and that's great. And my coloring books were like killer there because I was able to show. I have these augmented reality coloring books, and I take my phone and I project the person, have them look through my phone, and they see this person there, and they're like freaked out. But it's something that is easier translated in person. So. But these masks are not going away.
No.
As much as people want them to. No, Gretchen says it's not worth going out. It's really not. It's really not.
I'm ordering all my groceries. I'm not going to the store anymore.
We do the same.
Yeah.
I have a problem with that, and I'll tell you is that I'm on Snap,
Mhm.
and I can't get stuff delivered. You can't use your EBT. You can't use your Snap. Well, you can if you go to
Amazon will do it.
Amazon Fresh, but you have to be within a certain high. You have to be within a certain delivery area, and I don't. And Walmart does it too, but again, with the delivery, I'm not in the delivery area, so I can't get my groceries delivered.
That sucks.
And I can't order them to go pick up.
You can't order them for pickup?
Not through Ralph's. I have to go through Walmart.
Wow. It's hard, man.
Yeah. Someone's got a Facebook tab open and they're watching my stream while they're on it, and it's causing me.
Maybe it was me.
Okay.
Maybe it was me. It was me, I think. I didn't realize I was still
There you
in
go.
there.
See, that makes audio.
Sorry.
So
That's
Marie is an art teacher. And where do you live, Marie?
I'm just outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
That's right. You're by Ginger.
Yeah. I'm about 45 minutes from Ginger.
Ginger is if you don't follow him, sponsor Dave Makes Things
Uh-huh.
is a great guy.
He's amazing.
And Ginger's kind of like his administrative assistant, his virtual assistant, and she's a character and a half.
Uh-huh. So,
But-
so is
Mark, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So is everybody like doing like some type of online marketing here? Is everybody?
I am. We're just getting Monster started. Here comes Gretchen.
Online marketing here. Okay. Everybody. So we're all doing the same thing.
Yeah, we're trying to get our stuff out there.
How's everybody doing on that? So we're all doing the same thing.
Yeah, we're trying to get our stuff out there.
How's everybody doing on that?
Yeah, somebody's got the stream playing while they're on it, so they need to shut the chat. Gretchen, is that you?
Nope, not anymore. I just I just hopped on and saw that I was on that second one too, so I hopped off of it real quick. Sorry about that.
one thing I wanted to do tonight is I wanted to bring Monster on. Monster's up in the corner there, and he is new, and I'm just launching. I put together a Wix site for him, and this is a sticker I ordered of his work.
Oh, I saw that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, people see you already, Monster.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
So then I ordered.
So Monster, what was your inspiration for the Raven?
That specific Raven?
Or just Ravens, because I know on your site it's called Ravenwork. So what's that? The story behind that?
Raven Oak is the magical name we have given our property.
Nice.
I've always been mesmerized by ravens, even as a child. But that specific raven is actually an apology drawing that I drew while I was at work for my wife after being a butt before I left.
Well, there you go.
So that's why it brought her something shiny, and it's
Wow.
That's cool. Yeah.
Protecting the heart. Yeah.
Exactly.
I got followed around Yellowstone for 2 days by a pair of ravens. I kept trying to photograph them, and they would hide behind the trees and then stick their head out, and then they would hide again and then they would stick out, and then they would jump out just as I put my camera away and laugh at me. And I was like, seriously. And then the next day, it was just the same too. And finally, one of them sat down and let me photograph him. But yeah, they're huge. They're amazing. They're incredible. I mean, the ones in Yellowstone are literally 2 feet tall.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
they get pretty. They could get up to like 4 feet tall. Some of them.
They're amazing animals. They're just incredible.
They're very intelligent. Very intelligent animals.
So this is kind of a marrying of my ASF family and my TikTok family, which is really cool. Like it.
That's what you said you wanted to do the other day when you were painting. You said that.
Yeah,
You wanted
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I love your octopus.
Thank you.
Yes. Did you see also Kim's octopus?
No, I did not.
Okay. Let me. I've got a few of them. Let me share.
I like the fairy.
Also, Kim, I'm trying to do the live chat on a laptop, but it says only you can add me.
Oh,
Huh?
Monster, what was your name again? On TikTok?
1388.
Monster 1388. Yeah. Okay, so I need to add you.
I'm using this laptop.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, there we go. I'm here twice.
Okay.
Doubled up.
All right. I followed. Who else is here that I need to add?
There we go. Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I didn't scroll down to see the whole list of people that were there. Yeah. Let's see. Stephen, you're on TikTok, right? Or
I just got a TikTok account, but I haven't, one of the things I have problems with TikTok is everything has to be under a minute. I'm all over Facebook. I mean, not Facebook, Instagram, and I create a lot of like videos, but they're all like everything like skews to the 3 minutes, and I put things on IGTV. I haven't figured out how I haven't figured out TikTok yet. I mean, you have to keep it short and sweet. But I like what you're doing. You're using Spark, and a lot of the Spark stuff is under a minute. The animations and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna probably start to do that. It's just so overwhelming.
I'm trying to tell ASF, which Art Storefronts, we have a Facebook group called Small Wins where we all kind of go in and, hey, what are you doing? Hey, what are you doing? And, hey, I'm running into this problem. Can someone help me? And I'm like trying to sing the praises of TikTok and the people that run it are like poo-pooing me. So whatever.
Well, no, it's just it's another medium,
right?
You have to have 1,000 followers before you can go out live.
Yeah. But okay. How fast does that accumulate?
Very fast.
It's not like Instagram or Facebook. I just hit 300 on Instagram, and I'm so proud of myself after 2 years hitting 300. But I'm at like 1,600 on TikTok, and I've just been there for not quite a year.
Really? So what strategies do you use to get more followers?
You just engage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, you might find a video or an audio that you really like, or someone might do something and you want to duet it, or you can stitch them now where you can stitch together the videos and transitions. Learning how to do.
I'm on TikTok as Images by Gretchen. I've only done like 2 things, but I've got to add some more on. Usually it's.
Is there any talk of TikTok going past a minute, or is that just the whole idea?
No, it's just that you have the lives where you do go longer than a minute, but sometimes videos are like 15 seconds. That's the default when you turn on TikTok.
That's people's attention span. It's really just to grab them so that they engage with you.
Literally, it's 15 seconds.
You go back so that you can keep your. I mean,
do you have
ricochet rabbit brain and and then you engage and then they.
But here's the funny thing: TikToks are a minute or less, and you'll just jump on to watch a TikTok or two, and 4 hours later. 4 hours later, you're like, the sun coming out?
Yeah.
Does anybody use TikTok to get people over to Instagram where you can show something longer, for instance?
Yeah, people do.
How do you do that?
Well, because there's a link in your bio that links directly to Instagram. Literally, you put your Instagram in, and then when you go to your bio, there's a button. You just click it, and it takes you to Instagram. So it's like there's a very close integration between TikTok and Instagram.
So you can conceivably create a teaser like a minute, and then if you want to see more, move to Instagram. So it's
a lot of people do that.
Wow, that's I never thought of that. That's a good way of doing that.
And then I know a lot of people that will save content that TikTok might not deem appropriate, and move that content, and they'll tease it on TikTok and say, you want to see the rest of this video, go to my Instagram.
Wow.
Because TikTok gets really weird about what it allows and what it doesn't allow, and it's very hypocritical.
Really?
Yeah.
I did a video of me setting a dandelion on fire and putting it in slow-mo, and I uploaded it 3 times, and every single time it got taken down because it was violating community guidelines.
For what? What specifically? that you
Arson.
did? What? Arson?
Arson.
Oh,
Yeah.
arson. Like,
Are you kidding me?
No, that's
Which
serious.
one didn't let you in on that?
I'm gonna
Yes.
get on TikTok and do some wood burning.
Right?
You know
Yeah.
what? The thing is, you're not allowed to have weapons, but
Mm-mm.
cosplayers are a big part of TikTok. And so,
Yeah.
like, you can't even have a fake weapon because they're, their cosplay. The whole point is to get something that looks as real as possible.
Hmm.
But I know that there's, I don't know what his name is, but he's a blacksmith and he makes knives, and he's getting in trouble all the time.
See, my husband has a forge, and I wanted to go. I can go live, and I was gonna do a live whenever he's forging. But if it's gonna ban me, then I'm not gonna do that. I don't want to. I mean, I guess I could do part of it while he's before it looks like a blade, maybe, or something. You know what I mean? So, because I was.
Well, I know that I follow
Upsetting.
Voron Loof. I don't know if either one of you have heard of Voron Loof, but he got in trouble. Okay, he duetted a video that was inappropriate and said, "What the hell? What is this?" And he got banned, and they didn't.
because he
That's very
for a
hypocritical.
week.
Yeah.
But he got his account back.
Posting and going live for playing the wheels on the bus go round and round.
what?
Hmm?
What?
I was
What-
playing music and I asked, the people that were on the live if they had any suggestions. Now, this girl had her 6-year-old daughter who was watching, and she said, "Mommy, Wheels on the Bus." And she was like, "Hey, can you play Wheels on the Bus? My daughter wants to hear it." And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, I'll play Wheels on the Bus." I started playing. Not 15 seconds later, I was banned.
Yeah.
Oh,
I got flagged because I was emotional. I'm an emotional person, and I was talking about something, working with youth and stuff, and how it made me feel, and I was crying because it wasn't like blubbering, but I was like emotional, and like somebody must have just popped in and popped out, saw me crying or whatever. My account got flagged. I had a notification saying like if I was suicidal that there's help out there for me, and I'm thinking, way to take it out of context. Like, you have no idea what I was talking about, because if anybody that was in the live knew
Christ,
where that conversation was going, it was so weird. It was like,
that's
I
so
had
strange.
to read it like a couple times. I'm like, what? Like, it was weird.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they did. I remember Dave Makes Things got banned for 10 minutes because, I don't know, he stepped away or he showed his computer screen or something stupid.
Yeah.
You can't show your computer screen.
You can't show you. TG, when he was doing that fundraiser thing, he showed
Right.
the screen of his computer, and he was banned from being able to do a live on that account, I think, completely.
What's it? I mean, what is it? You can't show your computers.
Mhm.
Can you share your screen?
No, it's not that kind of social media.
Mm-mm. But I don't understand that, because I've seen people in lives say, "Oh, look, hold their phone up and they're like showing this computer screen."
Well,
But
the
it's like they pick and choose. You know what I mean? Like,
digital artists do it all the time.
yeah.
Well, what's the objection? What is their reason?
Well, TG was showing another social
Mind
media
control.
platform. He was showing.
What? What?
What'd you say, Katie?
I said it's mind control for the population.
Yeah, TG was showing YouTube, and TikTok didn't like the competition, I guess.
Maybe, yeah. I
Oh,
don't know.
yeah, or maybe it's copyright stuff, copyright infringement or something.
Possibly.
I don't
you're-
know.
I
If
don't
you're
know.
showing
On the bus, go round and round, round and
round
round.
and
Note
round
to
and
self.
round.
Oh my God. We're all gonna get banned.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So, can it, like, say if you wanted to play guitar live?
Yeah,
Would they?
you can
would
do
they-
that.
You can do that.
You can't play the wheels on the bus.
You I
no,
mean,
because it was probably the recording. The recording was copyrighted, so the recording. You
Mhm.
know, Alexa can identify a song, so you got to know that they're employing something that recognizes the sound and
Yeah,
records this out to see if
that
it's
had to be it.
Yeah.
copyrighted.
what about if it's your
You're
original stuff?
infringing on Coco Melon.
Yeah, but also there are standard songs. Like say you were playing the blues and you wanted to play some Robert Johnson. I mean, that's public domain. I mean, that's like
If it's public domain, then it probably would pass.
Shouldn't be an
I
issue.
know-
Yeah.
And there's
I
a
know-
certain amount of time you can go on certain on songs that are not public domain that you can.
Well, and there's
Copyright.
there's a whole like channel where you can surf to look up songs that are okay to play while streaming because they're not going to get you banned.
But Kim, I could
What?
go. I could be a band. I could have a band at a bar and play a set that is nothing but cover songs.
Right,
And
but here's the difference.
That's right. But you could not go online live with those and have them played without having to go back and pay the original artist or who holds the copyright for each song that was heard online live. And if you haven't got that permission ahead of time, then they're going to take down that video.
So even if you do a rendition that's different than the original, I mean, like you play it on
the original.
It's still, if the song is recognizable, if it's still a song, it always goes back to that original copyright owner, the original artist. It's just like you would, if somebody took a corner of one of your paintings or pictures and put it up as their cover, as their border or something like that. They're saying, well, I'm not using the whole picture, but all it takes is like a book cover. This is from being a librarian. I know some copyright. So a lot of people used to try to take a picture of a book cover. The book cover is the most copyright protected part of the book. If you're going to quote from a book, you can only quote up to 10% of a book in certain areas, and it can't, overall. 10% is not very much of a big book. The cover, however, you have to get direct permission to have that image put out from the publisher and the whoever holds the copyright.
It doesn't matter
Wow.
if you give credit to the original owner.
You have to have sought out permission and gotten that written permission that you have permission to use that. You don't want to mess, because copyright, I had copyright all over the library at school. I had big copyright stickers that said, you must follow copyright laws, because as the school librarian, I was liable for any copyright infringement. And it can be anywhere from $250 to $2,500 to $250,000 per incident.
Wow.
It depends on who holds the copyright and how nasty they want to get.
So I paint endangered animals, right?
Yeah.
Not something I could photograph on my own, right? So you got to figure, how do I get the images where I'm not violating some sort of copyright? Well, I use public domain, or in the case of a lot of some of my sea life, there are photographers that I have reached out to and gotten permission to use their stuff as reference. Now, my stuff doesn't look like the photograph.
Their original. Mm-hmm.
But
photographers love to do that. They'll love to do the references, and then there's stock images that they'll sell stuff to that you can use, that you can get free.
I use a lot of stock photography.
Me too.
Because I can purchase that. I can purchase use rights to that.
See, I use my own photography, and that's what I use for my artwork as my references. That's what I do. I guess I never really thought of it because that's just what I do.
Right. When I was first starting off, I got told, oh gosh, there were so many rules, and
I never even thought of that.
Rules. It's like, no, I got told that working from a photograph was cheating, that it wasn't real art. I got told some of the most ridiculous things.
That's stupid.
And as a watercolorist, I'm not supposed to use white or black.
Jeez.
I'm supposed to
Rules
save
are meant to be
or mix my blacks.
Broken.
Well, you know, I could,
bent.
I use I use Photoshop to composite images, and I change them. I ship colors, so they're unrecognizable. And then what I do is I print it up and I paint from that. So it's like 4 generations from whatever I used, and it's never. I mean, there's no way you could tell what it was. You know.
But when you're doing portraits,
Oh, portraits is
I
different.
don't.
yeah,
Oh, yeah. Well,
Love
you
it.
got paid. You got commissioned for that, didn't you?
right. I did. I got commissioned for this, and then one of my fellow TikTokers, Mom in the Hood.
Mm-hmm.
So this little dog's name is Cosmo. So I did this really cool cosmic background,
That's cute.
and then this person commissioned me to do 4 different dogs,
Mm-hmm.
and then my kid's
Cool.
babysitter- yeah,
Yeah.
my kid's old babysitter reached out, and I think she's going to commission like 7 or 8 of them.
Wow.
But you're doing small ones, right?
Yeah, they're all 6x6 because
May I ask? I mean, how much do you get on a commission for that?
I'm charging 85.
Okay. Well, so and that's why you get like 6 of them, and then that's like 400 something.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Wow, that's smart. Because then more people will do that if it's like the price point is lower, right? And you can
Right.
whip those out.
One of the things that we've been told through our market, because art storefronts that is where Gretchen, Katie, Stephen, and I all have our websites based out of is art storefronts, and they provide a template that we can throw our stuff in, but they also provide they're a print
Marketing.
house, so they provide prints, so people can order prints through our site, and they drop ship. But the big thing they do is they provide marketing. So they give us a marketing calendar. They give us marketing how-tos. They have marketing meetings. It's very involved. But one of the things that they've been saying is that if you see your stuff isn't selling, then you need to pivot. You need to kind of listen to what the audience is saying and move in that general direction. And one of the things I was hearing was it's not that we don't like your stuff, we love your stuff, but we can't afford your stuff. So I shrunk it down, and I'm doing smaller pieces that are more affordable. But I'm also putting it on stickers and greeting cards and everything under the sun, so that you know.
Is there merch doing better than the artwork itself?
Oh yeah, my greeting cards are crazy. My greeting cards are crazy.
So maybe that's the answer, maybe.
So you were talking about references, photo references. This is an entire book called Artist Photo Reference Landscapes that a bunch of friends of mine that are painters and stuff. I have this group out here that we get together, and they all said, Gretchen, take this. You got to go put your stuff together and make a book out of your stuff, out of your photographs, so that we can do this. So so it's one of the things I'm working on. But this is what photographers do all the time. So for the artists to use some references, and that's what this kind of book, you know, you guys can go on forever and ever with something like this, and then, you know, adjust it and whatnot. This book's been out since a while.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there's stuff out there, and that's a lot of photographers are doing that. They're putting their stuff out in stock, and most of them are just really happy if a painter does do their work, and they say, hey, I got this idea reference from so and so.
Right, and that's important to give the person credit too.
Yeah, I did that with a photographer that I saw on Instagram. And he does these he's from Norway, and he has these pictures of waves in the North Sea, but he also does pictures of Hawaii, you know, and he surfs.
Yeah.
And they're amazing. But I asked him, and you know, he was really, really forthcoming, and he said, yeah, go ahead, man. And you know, I promised him a painting. I owe him a painting.
I've had people say no, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
You know, there's one guy that it's an Indonesian photographer that gets some really cool shots of reptiles and snakes and stuff and frogs. And he said, I'm actually getting ready to have a show. I really don't want you to use that reference. And I'm like, you know what? I get it. That's cool.
A guy named Clark Little, he's
I've heard of him.
yeah, he's from the North Shore of Hawaii, and he does these like time lapse high speed photography. He literally jumps into a wave as it's breaking and takes these stills of the wave, like, and it's really kind of surreal. But he licenses it for $500, and he has to give you permission, and it's like really very prohibitive the way he's restrictive of his stuff. But he's like a hot photographer that's like, his stuff sells all over the place.
See, here's something that's like all over TikTok, and I know it's all over everywhere. Someone sees an artist and it's like, ooh, do me a drawing, draw me, and some people like will do it, but like there's one artist on here, Yoni, or I forget what his name is, but he does cartoons. He did Liquid Chano's Avatar.
Yes.
And he's like, you know, people ask him for free stuff all the time. And did you see his latest TikTok? It's artwork, not art play.
Mm.
Yeah.
You know?
The second in high school, when I was in high school, the second people found out that I was going to be working towards being a tattoo artist, it was like, can you draw me this? Can you draw me that? Can you do this for me? Can you do that for me? And then once I became a tattoo artist, all those people just randomly showed up out of nowhere at the shop, and they wanted discounts. They wanted something huge for almost nothing. And I'm just like, no, we're not friends. You came to my job. Like, that's not happening.
Yeah, it was okay.
It's like, yeah.
I saw that.
I gotta put my glasses on. I can't see.
Yeah.
It's like they forget. Like this little box, you guys, as a photographer, this little box has 12 ink tanks. It cost me $700.
Wow. Yeah.
For my large printer. This one for my small printer has 10 ink tanks, costs $130. It's for my smaller pieces, but I fortunately only have to buy this one about once a year when I'm doing my originals. But they wonder why my originals cost. Hello, and then I'm doing. You know, I don't put anything out until I've done test prints myself.
Yeah.
To make sure that the color's right and everything. So, you know, all of this stuff behind me is all some of my test prints, and so you know, when they look at it and they go, "Oh, well, just print it out." No. That's like $700 once a year. And I'm like, okay, which ones can I print? Because I'm almost out of this color, and I can just do black and white stuff for a while.
I do the same thing, but I spend on an art printer. A person in my neighborhood that does that, and it adds up. But you know, I always make sure that before I release anything, I've seen a proof. Proofing your stuff is really important.
Yeah, but like supplies. This is a new palette I got. Right.
Ooh, from Italy, right?
I get it from Italy.
Nice.
And they're honey-based paints.
Oh,
beautiful.
wow.
Right. So and it comes with this pocket brush and everything. Okay, but this was €100. So that worked out to be like $130. Now, okay.
That red is beautiful.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really.
Red. Wow.
That's
The
cool.
pigments are amazing.
This is right. But yeah, and then that's my little palette. That's the big palette that I got, you know, is this one. And you know, the stuff lasts me for a while because I mean it's all messy, but
do they have tube? Do they sell it in tubes, or is it only just paint?
It's only pans.
But
I love pans, and I'll tell you what, because I'm kind of frugal. Like when I put paint out on a palette, like when I tried acrylics, and you know the paint dries and you have to throw it away. Watercolor, the paint dries, you get it wet again.
Use it again.
Yeah.
I have to tell you this. My grandfather was an incredible artist, and he had a store for 40 years locally, and he sold his art. They did custom framing. They sold art supplies, before Walmart and everything. And everybody went to his store to get supplies, drafting tools, everything. So me and my mom were going through some stuff, and I found a pan of, I think they're Prang. I think it was Prang. I'm not sure the brand. And I thought they looked so ugly. And I bet these things, I'm 45, and these paints, I bet were over 50 years old at least.
Right.
And over the summer, I was like, I want to paint with them. Those colors, those pigments were so incredible and so intense. And and it was so cool because I painted a couple of these watercolors with my grandfather's paints. And it's like, I think he would have just loved the fact that I used them. You know what I mean? I think if anybody would have looked at them, they would have been like, that's disgusting, like pitch them. And I did a TikTok about it. And I actually sent Dave Makes Things. I sent him one of the paintings that I did. But
but I mean, you look how
they last, and the quality was incredible.
Yeah. These
Really?
are amazing. They're very buttery. The pigment is very vibrant. And but yeah, good supplies. They cost some money.
I don't remember the brand. I'll have to look at the brand to double check.
Yeah. So, I mean, do any of you get like a lot of praise for your work online and then nobody buys?
Yeah.
I'm getting like, I mean, I posted so much stuff and like it's cricket in terms of like, I've made like 1 or 2 sales, but like everybody, your work is so beautiful. And it's just like, that's hard for me. I mean, emotionally.
Yeah, very hard.
That's standard though, Stephen. That's I mean, everybody runs through it. It's easy to pay a compliment, but if it takes something to separate the money from the person.
Yeah, no, I mean, I get that.
Well, in art,
but
it's sort of
What's that, Katie?
It's an elusive product because everybody gets to see it, and once you've seen it, you've had that experience. And to own a piece of artwork is like another level of seeing it. So most people are satisfied by just looking at it a couple times or once or whatever, and that's all the experience they really want to have with it, except to tell you they still love it or whatever. But it's wall decorations, more than wall decorations, but it is wall decorations, and that's disposable income no matter how you cut it up. And not everybody has that.
Well, the hard sell is I mean, what I try to do is say, hey, my stuff looks good on a wall. I really think about when I compose something is how is it going to look on a wall, and in art storefronts we have a preview tool that shows a mock-up of like say the living room with a couch and what your stuff would look like over the room and it does help, but it does look good, but also if I print mine on acrylic or metal, that's going to look different than it's going to look on.
Right, but what it helps with is when someone's buying a print from you, they can pull it up on their phone, hit live preview. It'll tell you the app on our website will tell you to stand 10 feet from the wall and hold your phone up, and then pick what size you think is going to, and then it'll size it to, and you can hold it up to your wall and see what it's looking like in your wall between that corner window and this piece. And
did that help you ever? Can you say that helped you ever close a deal?
No, being with people in person helped me close deals. Being on social media has helped me to close pieces.
Monster, what's the rest of your TikTok? It's Monster what? I missed the whole.
1388.
1388. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I had to reset my TikTok account. It didn't have my, whatever. I hadn't been on for a while. It kind of lost me in the ozone, or in the ether, whatever.
Yeah.
All right. So So you're a tattoo artist?
I used to be.
Okay.
Yes.
So what do you? And I gotta watch. What are you doing now?
I'm a beam saw operator.
A what?
A
A
what?
beam saw operator?
What's a
that?
beam saw? Okay.
A beam saw?
I'm a beam saw, like a
Yes.
beam, like a. Okay. All right.
I couldn't catch that either.
operate a
I thought you
machine.
said bean, as in like a little bean, and I thought, what the
Oh,
heck?
no.
That's what I heard.
The other day for an art project, but I'm thinking, how do you cut a bean? Damn, I'm a fat girl. I should know that.
So I work for a company that caters to Lowe's when it comes to custom made doors.
Oh, okay,
So we fabricate doors,
nice.
and we have 2 beam saws, and I am, out of 3 shifts, the only one that knows how to properly run them.
Mhm.
Ooh,
So I stay busy.
yeah, I
Yeah.
bet.
That's
I
good.
bet.
It's a skill. It's a craft.
Oh yeah.
It's a lot of math. I love numbers.
Mhm.
It's I have to know my measurements, my sizes. Now I hate it though, because everywhere I go, if I see a door, I'm like, that's this type of door, that's this size, and if I stand right next to it, I'm right. So,
Yeah.
but I stopped. I still have all of my tattooing equipment and all my inks and all my needles and all that good stuff. But I just I stopped because I was getting a lot of, even family members nowadays. Hey, I want you to do me a tattoo, but I can only pay you this much. But I want half my back done. You know what I'm saying? And it started to become something that was more of a hobby that would sometimes put a little bit of money in my pocket than an actual job.
See,
So,
when I went to get my tattoo, it was something that I waited, like, I made the appointment, and then 8 months later my appointment came up because the guy was just backed up. He's very popular. But this is kind of a tribute to my husband. He had a little green dragon with a yellow belly on his arm. So he passed back in 2012, and what do you call it? So I had his ashes put in the black ink of this. So he's with me forever. But my brother, who isn't into tattoos, doesn't approve of them, doesn't like my purple hair, whatever. He's like, I would not spend $100 to get a tattoo. And I'm like, I'll let you think that's what it costs.
yeah, exactly.
I'll let you think that's what it costs, because that's not what it costs.
And now, mind you, like, my wife was my apprentice. She was my piercing apprentice.
Okay.
So we were both at the shop, and she kept me booked.
Yeah.
But it was like, I'm just like, I love doing the art, but I wasn't really getting to be as creative as I wanted to be. They would just come in, pick something out of the wall, and that's what I had to tattoo.
Right.
Nobody came up to me like, hey, why don't you design this for me? And whatever you come up with, I'll pay you for, and we'll put it on my skin forever.
See, and that's what I did. I didn't do my own artwork. People like, oh, you design your own tattoo? I'm like, no.
Yeah. And see,
I wanted to do somebody else's artwork. I see my own work enough.
I have over
Mine would be a
32
stick
tattoos.
figure if I designed it myself.
Huh?
Mine would be a stick figure if I designed it myself. I could bring you a photograph, but no, I wouldn't.
Well, I brought
designed my
him
tattoo.
excited and everything.
I have single-handedly like drawn every single one of my own tattoos.
Wow.
That's awesome.
And I have done my entire arm myself.
Didn't you say that you left some room for Myth to tattoo you, or to?
I did.
Yeah.
So the ones on my these right here, I left them white. I mean, just the outline, so my son can color them, and the way he colors them, that's how I'm gonna get them tattooed.
Nice.
That's awesome.
I can have this first little art piece.
Great.
That's so cool.
Yay.
Funny. My son just colored in my daughter's tattoo. My daughter has an octopus all on her. It's all black, you know, and my son, who's 15, colored it in all over the summer. It was just the coolest thing, but washed off. But it was just really neat. But I
Right.
love that idea. That is so cool.
I'm gonna be right back. I want to get one.
That's awesome.
I love octopus.
I-
They're just so cool.
Monster, have you ever considered like going into like if what you do with what you do, going into like some kind of furniture building and some type of stuff with creating that with your artistic talent and your that rough hewn kind of stuff?
I haven't thought about it. I can be pretty. I've made some pretty creative stuff out of just scraps that we do have at work, and I just made things that actually work. I mean, I made my own desk. So
I knew this one guy that was his job was to do when they do a highway overpass and everything, and they have to do the very exact formwork. He was the guy that the carpenter for the formwork, which is, I understand you have to be a really good carpenter. But at home, he was from Canada. He's a woodworker, and he did these bas relief just carvings on just like a block of wood, like a whole herd of horses in full gallop and stuff like that, and just like marking and etching into the wood and carving into the wood, like that type of stuff. You're working with your illustration and also there's a lot to that.
My mom used to call my dad, teasingly called him barnyard carpenter, because he has an apple orchard. He owned apple orchards all over the place, and when they moved and he retired and sold them all, and they built a house up in La Conner, he built his workshop down so that the doors opened up wide enough that he could carry a 4x8 piece of plywood in without having to tilt it or anything.
Nice.
And then he had enough shelving. Literally, he made 95 feet of linear shelving to hold his stuff and things like that. And so all of his grandkids and I'm looking up at the over window. I've moved. I mean, he died 5 years ago, but he built things to go over my windows and those bookcases over there.
Mm-hmm.
He built those. Those have come with me. I have 2 of them. They've come everywhere. All my nieces and nephews, they all have hope chests from him. My one niece, he made a bedroom set, and it was like, Granddad made this for me. Granddad made this, and they're just those type of things. And people will come in and go, "Oh my God, they're the coolest things around." And I say, "Yeah, my dad made them." Or he, like when I became a librarian, he made me one of those chairs that goes from being a chair to a ladder. Have you ever seen a chair?
Oh yeah, I think I've seen those.
Yeah, so he made one of those for me, and it's just those are the kind of things that people really love when you take stuff. And he was a farmer. He didn't believe in going out and spending money on a whole lot of extra things. He would either hit the seconds or he'd rub it down or do something. And yeah, it was pretty cool thing. So you might, yeah.
So Monster, this is
The octopus.
Oh, God.
Beautiful.
so that one is Sinister, right? And then I have this one, right?
He looks friendlier.
Yeah. And then there's I've done some others. I did this jellyfish,
Nice.
Beautiful.
Pretty.
right? My boy. You see my boy?
We see your boy. There's your boy.
Yeah, that's Ian. I started doing these little bitty guys. But I think I'm trying to. I sold them.
How long does it usually take you to do a piece?
It depends on the size. These little things will take me a couple hours.
Right.
But like
Do you have specific sizes that you work with, or do you customize?
I work with. I started working with these
I love that.
4x4s,
Mm.
and then I'm working in 6x6s
Mm.
with like
Where's that? Where's your little fairy elf girl that you did?
Oh,
I just love that one. I'm obsessed with that one. I really am. I think it's so cool.
this one, it came out so nice.
Look at that.
Mhm.
She's got
Oh, yeah.
antlers. Isn't that cool? She's got antlers.
Okay,
Who- is that Sam? Did you use Sam?
no,
as a model?
no, it's a stock photography, but I altered the ear. She did have antlers in the picture, but I made her an elf ear, and then this piece of jewelry is actually by a company called Interstellar Jewelry Productions, and they do stuff that it's amazing jewelry. It's actually a piece I wanted, but it's for the wrong side. I need a conch piece here.
Uh-huh.
But then I started doing TikTokers,
Oh, that's cool.
right? So you do you know who he is?
I think so.
Jay Bestie.
Yeah.
He's Irish Wolfhound's TikTok hubby. And then there's Ginger.
Oh my gosh, it's Ginger.
That's Ginger. And then Dave.
Do you have to get? Do you get permission from them to do their portrait?
No. No.
No.
Madeline Janelle.
That's
I
cool.
don't know if I know her.
Like that.
She's awesome. You should follow her, Monster, if you don't already. And then
What's her name?
Madeline Janelle. And then Born and Kate.
Wow, that's cool.
So this is kind of cool. I started following him when he was driving trucks, and then he moved in with Kate as a roommate, and now they're together. And it's such a sweet story. But it's just me practicing people, because I need to practice people. But
Yeah,
yeah, I
you-
started doing these octopuses, and like they I don't know why, but I just love them.
My daughter is claiming the octopus stickers that you sent me. And I was like, listen, you can't have them all. I'll give you one. You're not getting them all.
Yeah. I did order that sticker, by the way. The,
Did you? You're
straight up-
too much. Oh my gosh.
I did order that one. So
So I ordered 3 stickers from her. 3. That's all I wanted. And because one of the stickers was not in stock, she sent me all of the stickers that she had.
I
I
had
was like,
14 stickers.
you kind of went above and beyond, you know? Like, I'm appreciative, believe me, but I didn't expect it.
Love that dragon.
So
Oh,
this
that's
is
cool.
kind of a wet and wet technique where, you know, it's basically like 2 colors. And then I get to do the silly cow with his tongue in his nose,
That's cute.
right? And then, okay, check this one out.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Nice.
See, that one just looks, you know, some things, you know, I see the reference picture and I have to do it. It's just,
It makes me want to draw octopuses now.
yeah,
Yeah.
But I'm like, for some reason, I'm really into bees.
bees, okay.
Show them the one that you did.
Okay.
The bee people.
I have not stopped drawing bees. They're just.
That's cool.
Let me grab my sketchbook real quick.
That's Bumblebee. It's a bumblebee.
Yes,
Hey,
that's a bumblebee. That's a Morrison bumblebee. It's vulnerable. What do you got there, Gretchen?
There's a
Everybody's-
bumblebee. This bumblebee it's on acrylic and it's kind of softened because
Yeah.
he was drunk. Seriously, this bumblebee, if I can move it over, was so drunk. He was on a plant we had outside, an artichoke plant, and literally he had so much pollen that I walked up and he just was like, he was passed out, and I touched him and kind of went, and he just dropped it. I thought, okay, I got a drunk bee. I can take pictures.
Yeah,
Right, so this is
that
one-
picture I found was public
Ooh, cool.
domain. Oh,
That's
look at that.
Very cool.
Wow.
Really cool.
I love
like-
that.
I like your use of like your design and use of like the profile line. It's very graphic.
Thank you.
You know.
Your stuff's gonna
Amazing.
There you go.
really well into.
Ah, there we go.
Love
like that.
it.
And it's like geometric too, and it's
Yeah.
weird, organic and geometric at the same time.
Now this
Really
one is a little weird, but they're bees, I promise.
Dude, those are stickers, man. You can make stickers.
Oh yeah.
Those are the larvae.
Wow.
Those are larvae.
Yeah.
So we
That's amazing.
stuff, we just
Stickers, man.
stickers and t-shirts.
Yep.
Remember?
Oh, man,
I don't know.
that's neat.
Oh, I
There's
love that piece.
Wow.
I remember in the '60s when I was a kid. That dates me. That there was this guy, that Robert Williams, who did all these like stickers, hot rod stickers. Like he did Ratfink, which was the famous one.
Oh, look at that.
I got
And-
the little Robert
the skull on it.
Williams
all the kids wanted one. I mean, we would go. They came in bubblegum cards, and we would
Yeah.
get the stickers we'd get the bubblegum just to get the sticker. You know,
Oh, yeah.
so
Yeah.
stickers can be. I mean, you're doing pretty well with stickers, aren't you, Kim?
Yeah, stickers and greeting cards are doing really well. But see, that's the thing. It's like I have a bunch of, I wait for deals to come up on Sticker Mule, and then I'll just order some. But so what tipped me off about you finding out was that that commission that Tonks had for that cup, and it had your Cthulhu sticker in it, your baby Cthulhu.
And I've been telling her I don't want these to be all over the place yet.
Yeah.
Don't show it.
Here, bring some extra goodies.
Don't show it.
Well, I don't have it. The only one I have is this one, but I've got all your files here that she's been secretly sending to me, and like,
Oh, is he the one that you're talking about?
yes.
Mm.
Oh, it's all coming together now.
Yeah.
Oh
So-
my gosh. Okay, cool.
So I mean, like T-shirts. I mean,
Took me a minute.
T-shirts, cards. I mean, the stuff that you do for tattoos would make great T-shirts. I mean,
Yeah.
I could
That
see
was-
some.
That was the whole. That was okay. So I popped into Monsters Live one night, and you got up to go to the bathroom, and Tonks comes and says, "Hey, shh," and starts talking Christmas surprise for this guy. And I'm like, oh, she was talking about getting a cry cut and getting stuff for him to make his own T-shirts. And I'm like, oh, you don't want to do it that way. You really don't want to do it that way, because you're laying out a lot of money for product that may or may not sell. So it's, so like I reached out and I'm like, let me help. And so I set the website up, and yeah, so he found out.
Printful is key, because you don't have to have any inventory. It's just print on demand. You can just, if you market it, people only have to do is fill out the order. I mean, punch the order in, and they'll get it. The only thing is sometimes they take a while.
Well,
right?
Yeah, you have to make sure that you're that when you pick the the product, that you're making sure that you're picking stuff that's going to be produced close to its destination. I had an Etsy store, and I had my laptop cases. Now the laptop cases are produced in Latvia, and
Jeez.
and for Etsy, it doesn't get to the user quick enough. So like the person complained, it was en route, but they were able to get Etsy to give them their money back, and they ended up with their stuff. So you have to be careful about where you pick what product.
Printful, that happened to me recently. I did a T-shirt, and for some reason, I guess that T-shirt was routed through their Latvia vendor, and
Right.
it took like 2-3 weeks more than I thought it would. I had to call them several times, and
Yeah, that happened with one of the coffee mugs, one of the ones that I sent Shane, because I sent Shane a bunch. Shane is Liquid Shano, and he does all those really cool. He did my profile pic in TikTok.
Yeah.
Okay. So what he did is he is charging $25 for those, and then he'll take all the money, and then he'll go out to dinner, and then he'll tip the waitress $500. And so he's giving back to the service industry the money that he's getting for these avatars. Yeah.
Let me ask you this: the ASF site has Guten, right?
Yeah.
Are you doing cards through ASF, or are you doing it?
I can't do cards through ASF because I'm with Bay Photo. ASF has two print productions. One is Bay Photo, one is Graphic Dimensions, and I used to be with one, but I lived closer to the other one, so I changed, and they actually deliver quicker.
So you are doing some of your cards on ASF?
No.
No.
All my cards that I do, I print through Moo. Moo is where you want to go for cards, and I'll tell you why. Because
are they better?
They're better, but what's better about them is okay, the quality's there. Moo has great quality, but one of the things that it does is I can say I want 25 cards printed up, but I want 5 different designs, so make me 5 of each one, and then you get to try out what sells.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, when I'm going to shows and I want a variety, that's what I do.
And also we can even though like I put some of my Printful stuff on ASF, you showed me how by doing a standard page, you could start another store, and then all that means is you have to fill the order yourself with Printful or whatever vendor you're using, but you get an email, right, and from each order,
right,
and you know.
But the cool thing with Monster Site, which is what I was trying to get Nick and Patrick to do, is Printful is integrated with his Wix site, so he literally doesn't have to do a thing.
Yeah, they're good at third-party integration, like Shopify. If you have the Shopify site, and Etsy, they're you can integrate with Etsy or Shopify or any of the major ones.
Yeah.
I saw the list of them, and it's pretty substantial. So if you have,
but they have an API. They have an API that if you had someone on the ASF end that would cooperate with us, they could make that API talk to the ASF website, but they don't want to do it because they partnered with a different vendor.
That's stupid.
So I tried to get them to work it, and it's like, you know what? I almost feel comfortable enough in my coding blah 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 stuff that I might be able to get it to work on my own, but I don't want to risk that.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like a mixed message we're getting from them. You know, it's like Printful is such a better fulfillment partner than Guten.
Well,
I mean,
but it also depends on what kind of a deal Printful was willing to give for them to be, because it costs our service a whole lot to code and put all that stuff through and get that. And they're, you know, I mean, if Printful's not given a decent enough cut, then it's a whole nother thing.
Right, but what gets me is that when you're setting, have you tried setting anything up in Printful yet, Monster?
No, I just recently, yesterday, started actually looking at all the products they had.
Right. So when you go into the background, pick a product, and then it said, here's a grid, put your art here. And so you put your art there, and then it says, oh, do you want to add some type? Do you want to add some clip art? Let's make a design. Let's have some fun. With Guden, it's like, put your image here. Okay, let's go print it. And, you know, we don't even get a chance to position it or,
Wow.
yeah, so it's restricting. But I did see a notification in Small Winds that they're going to start like positioning and rotation controls. So that's something.
I saw one thing about Guten is my wife and I were looking at their product line. Like they have like makeup bags. And
Yeah, they have a wider variety of stuff that you could print on. But there's something that's even bigger and badder than Guden as far as products. You'll have to talk to Tatiana about that. She has a skinny on something that has like dresses and all kinds of fun stuff.
Well, I mean, is that a vendor?
Yeah, you can upload your stuff and create a store and then put it just like you do Printful.
What's the name of the place?
I don't remember. You have to talk to
Oh, who was that? I saw that they did that. I can't remember. Can't remember either.
You know, it's just that, look, it seems like also, here's another thing is they're talking about pivoting, but they don't tell us. You would think that with all their marketing savvy and they say they research stuff and they try it out.
Right.
You would have thought that they have 4,000 artists now and they know who sells and what they're selling. So
right. But they can't tell you what to paint. They can't tell you.
But I'm not saying that. But there's like, for instance, like Art in America and different magazines will say, okay, what is in vogue right now? I mean, like a style guide type of thing, or not telling you what to paint, but what is selling.
Only in fashion because people notice things. So, you know, my style is different. People don't, you know, have my style. They don't have Monster style. It's, you know, they don't have your style. So, you know, you don't know what people are going to react to. And that's what they're saying is that you could come up with something that becomes the new hot trend tomorrow, but we don't know what that is. So, you know, experiment with stuff is what they're saying.
Do it, yeah.
Well, okay, but I'm not saying not experiment, but just give me a general. I mean, they got that information that they're sitting on, and they're saying, okay, pivot, and it's saying like, okay, like 20 questions. Oh, that one doesn't work. Well, you got to keep on pivoting. Oh, that one doesn't work. And that one doesn't work. So, I mean, that's what's really frustrating. I do really high quality work, and you've seen my stuff.
Well, instead of pivoting your style or your work,
they think that my stuff.
Don't pivot your style. Don't pivot your subject matter. Pivot your marketing strategy. Pivot the niche.
Yeah, but they're not telling me that. They're saying, oh, it's not selling. You know, I did all this Black Friday stuff, all the playbook, and I didn't get anything. My stuff is dope. I believe in my stuff.
You know who else didn't sell? Andy Crawford.
Yeah, neither did I.
So I mean,
I didn't do anything.
But what I'm saying, I'm in with the Tuesday crowd, the crowd that sold under less than 2,000, and it's like it reminds me of when I was in grade school, and they put the slow readers in one group and the middle readers in the other group, and the fast, and they'd call them the tugboats, the rowboats, and then the speedboats, and that's kind of like really demoralizing in a way. And then so I talked to Taylor. And he says, oh, the market says, no, you can't sell. If you keep on pursuing the same thing, it's a waste of your time. And it's like, dude, do you know what I'm saying, Kim?
I mean, I know my stuff sells. I know my stuff is good, but I was having trouble moving stuff for a while. So I started thinking smaller, not different, just a different size, more affordable, you know.
Well, okay, maybe that's, but they haven't told me that. They didn't even give me that type of, I mean, you guys have been more helpful, and the feedback I'm getting from you guys are more helpful than me sitting in these webinars like for 2 hours, listening to other people's problems or people bragging about how much they're selling. And we only get, what, 20 minutes of, okay, they may have some announcements. They go over the same stuff. So, I mean, I'm kind of like,
I guess I don't know, maybe I'm slow, but I learned so much from all that.
Yeah.
Well,
You know,
yeah, yeah, no, but I keep on hearing the same type of categories of things that people are talking about, and every once in a while, yeah, there's a jewel that you get. So there is, I do listen to those things while I'm doing other things.
You know
But-
who you
yeah.
you know who you need to align with is Anthony Canton.
Yeah.
Oh, the guy in Florida that does
Yeah.
the
Yeah. Tony does amazing stuff. Yeah. And
And
he's got
he-
some really smart ideas of how he pivots and what he does and how he contacts people.
Well, and
is he
does
is he
both.
approachable? Is he approachable?
Oh yeah, super.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do I get a hold of him?
Facebook.
K-A-N-T. He's with a K,
K-A-N.
right? K-A-N-T-I-N. Tony Kent. Okay. And
He's with Vitamin C Photography.
okay. Well, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I know ravens at Yellowstone.
uh-huh.
So I don't know if you can see that. So see him. This is the overlook that is. If you drive from
Wow. Looks like a
If you-
painting.
if you
Beautiful.
drive from Old Faithful down to Yellowstone Lake, it's about a 17-mile drive. But you cross the Continental Divide twice.
Okay.
And so this is up at the lookout for Shoshone Lake, and that thing that he's standing on is about
Thank you.
at least two, because that's the guardrail. That's at least 2.5 feet tall.
Uh-huh.
So you can see.
Huge bird.
Sorry, something's kind of.
That went
Oh, it went out. Duh. You can see how large he is,
Yeah.
Wow.
and he just kind of sat there and posed and laughed
Push
at me.
it. Take my good side.
Yeah, really. He went back and forth and back and forth, and yeah, that was when we were there. We were camping in October, and yeah, you just never go to Yellowstone in the summer.
Have you
Never.
sold, have you sold any copies of that photo?
No, not at this one. I just pulled this up out of my junk file.
Wow.
I
It
I was like, okay, that kind of shows what it looks like. No, yeah,
What a beautiful
that's
picture.
a great
I've
great
sold-
image. You really, the exposure is really like you got it dialed in.
Thanks.
It's not washed out. The
There's
color
that.
saturation is amazing, right?
Thank you. Yeah,
So
I
you know what your craft is.
yeah. I've been doing this since I was 10. So, and I'm almost 65. So, but the raven that has sold is the one from when I was in Yellowstone in winter, and it was minus 22. And he's across the field, and there's all these trees, and it's just, I mean, like, it's freaking cold. Minus 22 degrees is
Mhm.
freaking cold in the Lamar Valley. And there's
That's-
one raven sitting in a tree, and he's just like, and the trees all look like, like you're on the other side of the wall from Game of Thrones. It's very cool. But yeah, that's sold, and another raven has sold. But yeah, this one I had to check out. I'll have to add it to my to-do list of what I have.
Getting back to Tony Canton, one thing that I'm impressed with is how he's used his Instagram followers, really effectively as a marketing. I mean, he really has an Instagram curator thing together, and I'd like to ask him about that, but because he really has a following on Instagram, and I think that Instagram is more important to have a following on than Facebook because it's visual. And what we do is visual, and I see more of a connection between like sales and followers on Instagram than I do like on Facebook.
Well, and I think what Tony manages to do too is to get them not to just follow. He also manages them to get them to ring the bell up by the name. And if you get them to do the bell with the notifications up by the name, that brings you up in the algorithm. So and this he makes a conscious effort of responding to any comments he gets within that first 4 hours, which is the highest amount of time that you have to get up on the algorithm. And so he's responding, he's got the things and stuff. But if he gets them to do that bell, then that even puts that post up further. And he's just been working at this like crazy.
How much time do you guys spend on social media? Do you say a day?
God, I'm
So
so
I have
lazy.
to admit that.
I mean, is it a considerable amount of your time
I don't. This doesn't
professionally?
leave my side. It doesn't leave my side, and I'm.
Oh, you're on all the time, man.
I am all the time. You know that.
One time I was talking to her on
TikTok right now.
I was talking to Kim and she had to leave, and I thought, well, she's going to leave. No, but she took the phone with her and she kept on talking to me while she was in the car taking. Remember that day that you took your daughter to on an errand?
Oh yeah.
And you were just like, she was in the car driving and talking to me, and we're having a conversation. I'm not used to that.
I
My
can't do
problem is
that.
I'm not real consistent. I go kind of
Can't do that.
I'm got to work on consistency. But when when I'm really consistent, it's not that I've been on every day. It's that I'll spend 2 or 3, 4 hours on a certain time on Creator Studio, and I'll do timed posts for the next week or 2 weeks for Instagram and Facebook. And I'll compile a group of photos. I did that after I got back from that abstracts stuff, and I compiled a group that I wanted to do, and I did them at different times so that they, opposite. And that was the kind of thing. And I have a group of hashtags that I have on a notepad that I cut and paste into certain ones. I have different ones for different kinds. And then I have to take them off for Facebook so that it doesn't look dorky and,
You know what? Here's the thing. Check it out. I did a test. Hashtags are super important. We all know that, right? Hashtags are super important. They're like the billboards that tell you to get off and look at this. But Facebook is I have my Instagram reposts to my Facebook. And I had that doing that. And then I use Sprout Social for scheduling my social media.
Mm-hmm.
And it does a really good job of showing reports and how your profile's doing and engagement and whatnot. But it showed me that the posts that Instagram reposted into Facebook, including all the hashtags, did so much better than the same thing that I posted in Facebook without the hashtags.
Oh, well, then I'm not going to. That'll save me
Hashtags working too.
an hour or so.
So hashtags.
Yeah.
Anything that saves me a bit of time, man.
Yeah. Now,
So-
hashtags are used differently in Facebook,
That's
but
the only way I can make any kind of ding in the water is to schedule everything. I'll spend a Monday scheduling posts for the week. But I'm more like what I really want to do is spend one day on the first of the month doing all my social media, going live, doing a giveaway for the previous month, and scheduling all the emails, scheduling all the posts. So
I did that one time.
working on the next month.
I did that one time, Katie. I did it. I'm a social curator, and that was one of the challenges that Jasmine Star had us doing early up. And I scheduled out an entire month, and I had different topics, and I figured them all out. It was so nice. It was like, oh.
But see, my problem with that is that I get into this routine where it's like, oh, I don't have to worry about social media today because I spent all day Saturday doing the whole week. But then the weekend comes around and I can't do that because one thing or another comes up, and now I'm so used to not having to worry about it the week before that I need to get into the habit of like doing my social media every day. So, but my
I
problem
planned for a month and spent that month getting ready to launch the next month. And that's what I'm doing now for the podcast is I'm scheduling all the interviews out for the year. Like I've got 4 interviews lined up for January. I'm going to do 4 interviews in February. We're going to go. And the thing that I have a struggle with is routine. And I'm learning more and more that routine is so damn important.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. What Meg Knappenberger does this. She just documents. It's like the Truman Show. She just documents everything, and then edits it. Well, I mean, for me, I'm doing it that way because, like, for instance, I have another commission to do a surfboard, to paint a surfboard, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm going to do is create content from me actually doing it. I'm going to have time-lapse videos. I'm going to do like you saw what I did this summer. I would say, well, today I'm going to work on this, right? And then and I would work on a time lapse all day. Then I would take about 2 hours and edit everything together and throw music on it. And then I would edit the live, what I did the live with that at the end of the day. And that was like the whole day. And I posted that day. So what's hard is that the process I do is I try to make everything that I do count for more than one thing. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, and they count for more than one post. So if you do that for a few months, by the time you're in your 4th month, you can repeat your first month of content.
Oh,
People
that's
won't-
so you repeat your content. You guys,
Oh,
do you
yeah.
guys?
Yeah.
I got-
That's it, baby.
So I should be doing that.
I mean, think about that. How many times do you look at somebody's account and scroll back to their beginning of their and to see what their first post was? Nobody goes back to my
Almost nobody visits anybody's
back
page
800
anyway.
posts.
Oh.
Seriously, they don't go back 800 posts to see, oh, did she already post that? No.
I
Yeah.
repost mine on TikTok.
So,
Yeah,
so what do you
I do it all the time.
Yeah, I have
all
a
the
type
time.
of routine
That's
because I
interesting.
spent
That's
35
really
years of a career that was all routine. That was so, as a teacher,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
everything was every 40 minutes was a switch. And so when I retired, it was like, no, now I need it.
Well, guys, I'm sorry. I
that's
don't mean to
interesting.
interrupt. It is almost midnight here, and I have to get some sleep.
Yes, you do.
You have a
Sorry.
3-year-old.
It was
Hey,
Girl there.
it's
an
awesome.
ultimate
You're awesome.
pleasure to be here. Thank you, guys. It was a pleasure to meet every single one of
Thank
you.
You too.
From one corner of the country to the other corner of the country. Yay.
Peace. Peace from California. Peace from Venice
Yeah.
Beach.
Yeah.
Good night,
All right.
guys.
Well, we'll
right.
connect. We'll connect up and work on your site some more.
Yeah, absolutely. And next time you guys do another one of these, definitely let me know. It was awesome. Like I
Okay.
love it again.
Okay, cool.
Thank
All
you
right.
so much.
All right.
Thank you.
See you, Monster.
Bye.
Bye.
That's in the.
I think I'm going to go
interesting
too, guys. But
Yeah.
thank you very much for
My
including
husband
me.
came down and said, are you
It's
still
a
on? I
pleasure.
thought we were going to do this.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure meeting you. Let's do this again.
Yes,
Yeah.
I absolutely. I could be
Yes.
prepared next time.
So, hey, can I ask you one thing?
Sure.
How do you decide after you've gone through your old posts? How do you decide which ones were your best ones? What do you do? Do you look at how many people saw, or do you just like say, I really like this one, or is there a process you go through?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Well, okay, so my TikTok is like all over the place with my content. So like I have everything from artwork to photography to just ridiculousness and to school stuff, teacher stuff. So I don't have like one niche when it comes to TikTok. So like I've already reposted some of my photography and my art a few times because I post so often, it kind of like gets buried and I don't even want to go back and look for it. But I'll go like, I just tagged Monster in like 3 of my posts, my artwork posts, because it was just easier, but I'll probably wait like another, I don't know, maybe another month or so. And I'll probably repost the artwork ones again, just because they do get buried because I do post a lot of stuff, and I don't just have artwork on there, or I don't just have photography. So it's kind of like I'm all over the place, but I like to bring my artwork back up to the front because that is the community I really, really enjoy being a part of. And that's like the surprising thing about TikTok was I didn't expect that. I didn't expect the community that I have become a part of. And like, okay, so I just started a Teespring thing and I just put 3 of my drawings on shirts. Okay. Like I've never done anything like that. I never thought that I had artwork that was worthy to be on anything, and some of my friends on TikTok have kind of encouraged me to do that. So I picked 2 and I put them on, and then I showed my son who's 15 and he was like, well, I want that drawing on a hoodie. And I was like, okay, so that's what I worked on today, and added a 3rd image onto a hoodie for him, and I put it on. And then of all things, I literally just posted it at like maybe 8 o'clock this evening on Facebook, and the most recent image that I just did that my son wanted, somebody bought a hoodie. Like I just put it on Facebook
See,
and somebody bought the hoodie, and I was like, what? Like somebody bought one. I'm good. I'm just happy and content. Like somebody bought one, you know? But like, I just think that that's so cool because it was so like knee-jerk decision to do something like that, you know? But like the community of people that I have talked to over the past few days now, like Dave and Wonder Nugget and like Elisa, they have been encouraging me and giving me ideas and helping me with like how to transfer the art into a program to then make it
right.
printable. You know what I mean? So like they're like teaching me all of these things just in the last 3 days. I'm like, my brain's on overload, but it's just so cool to kind of see this come to fruition. And then for somebody, like I posted it and like, boom, somebody bought a sweatshirt and I was like, holy crap. I'm like, and I don't really sell a lot of my stuff. So this is kind of cool.
I've been trying to tell our storefronts that TikTok is really a good place because it's such a community.
It really is. And that was surprising.
You know, on Facebook, everybody's posting, hey, put your link to your store, no description, okay. You know what? I haven't seen anything from that. Same thing in TikTok. I've sold to a few different people. Turned out and bought stuff.
Yep. I mean,
Wow.
I bought this from Wonder Nugget. You know what I mean? I have a piece of artwork from Dave. I have, you know, stickers. I have like stuff but those are all artists on TikTok. You know what I mean? And I just think it's just such a
your friends, you want to support your people.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, it's like there are some sales that are easier to make, like for stickers and cards and stuff. T-shirts, those are easier sales to make than for an original.
Yeah.
So Kim, if I put my stuff like that, a video Dreamwaves, like a teaser, like 15 seconds, right? And it shows them my artwork. I mean,
the thing is, it takes a minute to ramp up and to build a following. You can't. The one thing about TikTok is that the people are there to have fun. They're not there to be sold to. So you need to go in and you need to you know, find your people, find people that you connect with. You know, I made friends and I'm selling to friends.
So how much of a time commitment have you dedicated to TikTok?
Honestly, more than I probably should, only because you get lost in TikTok.
So what's a good strategy for like making a presence in TikTok? I mean, 2 hours a day, a block of time, or
well, I don't think you can like schedule your TikTok time. Oh, you got a cat, a dog, a thing.
El gato.
El gato.
You know, but you'll find that you'll get on TikTok and you'll want to respond to a video, or there'll be this thread that and you know what? There's times where it's not all fun and games. You're coming to the rescue of somebody who's being bullied, or you're
really
out to protect somebody. Yeah. And when you come together, that's when you find people that have the same mindset as you, and you can really connect with them on a level. There's a guy right now that have you heard of Raw the Ken doll? Okay. Dave posted him saying that he probably wouldn't bring you flowers or something.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Okay, so anyway, he's Maori, and he said he was running some social experiment, and he got real raunchy and was saying and doing things that are just not okay. And so, like, he's got the Australian police coming after him now because fellow TikTokers are like, I'm not going to let you do that. And
that's what Dave was all fired up about, I think, recently.
Well, when he first posted that hadn't happened yet.
Oh, okay.
It happened shortly afterwards. because someone came and said, because I made some sort of comment about, I don't care if he brings me flowers. That's 8 months of quarantine, whatever. But, and then Ginger piped in, and then someone came in and said, so you're okay with him saying blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, no, actually, the more I learn about this guy, the more disgusted I am.
Mhm.
So it like evolved.
Yeah.
So it turns out he was bullying other people online, right?
It wasn't that he was bullying. He said some inappropriate things directly to a child on his live. Said he was telling people that they should kill themselves and giving them instructions on how to do it.
What?
He was saying, and he was saying that LGBTQ should just not exist because he doesn't believe in it.
Those are the kind of things that got original MySpace shut down.
Yeah.
It's true. That is true, because MySpace didn't have any my oldest daughter's 36, and she was one of the earlier ones when she was a freshman in college who got ripped apart by an ex and completely went on MySpace. I mean, pictures posted, trashed, people, and she was getting it was awful. And that's what part of the thing that got, and there was no policing it. There was no anything of it. And part of what got MySpace shut down.
What's happening here is that there are a lot of people that are stitching his videos, which means they are grabbing a piece and then typing on the response. And, they're like, okay, some people can record his lives or whatever. And so like they're showing, hey, this is what he said. This is what he did. And you can report lives and get people banned. And so there's a big movement right now to ban him. But someone went a step further and said, what he said is not okay in his country. In his country, we now have the police coming after him for what he did. And, but the point is that TikTok is, there are bullies out there, but there are also just as many people out there protecting. Like, I can't tell you how many videos have you seen of someone coming out of the closet and being disowned by their family, and someone comes on and says, you know what, I'm your mama now.
Yeah.
So the community is like that tight and tight knit.
Yeah.
Wow, you don't see that in Facebook or Instagram.
No.
I have been so turned off by Facebook lately too. Like, and that's all I usually was using for like the past 11 years or something like that. And had Instagram, but not really used it a whole lot. And I have pulled away from Facebook so much. And I'm more on TikTok, much to my family's chagrin. And but I've leaned more towards that and Instagram, because then the threat of TikTok possibly shutting down then pushed a lot of the creators over to Instagram. So then you have now the community that you had on TikTok, like your nice little group that you had there, now followed you on Instagram, which is really cool too. So now you have like on these two different platforms, and you can almost use them as you need them. You know what I mean? Like they're
more visual
reasons.
They're more oriented to images and visual stuff.
Yeah.
I've gotten a lot more Instagram followers because of TikTok.
Yeah. I use my Facebook business page, and that's where I send things out. When I mistakenly go in and look at my personal page, it's just it's not.
I'm gonna leave.
Yeah, it can be crazy.
I spent a lot of money on Facebook on ads and like cold ads, and I'm not doing that anymore because it just it's so impacted. And the fact is, like, it's become a really kind of impersonal place. They want to make Facebook wants you to post all your products on their site and do this and that with them, and you know what, they don't even protect you. And on top of that, there's all kinds of hate speech coming through Facebook that I'm not cool with. So I'm more intrigued by this TikTok and the fact that it's a cohesive community of people that watch out for each other. that
Mhm.
kind of attracts me
Absolutely.
to that.
Yeah.
To that.
Yeah.
So you guys, I do have to run. My husband is like tapping his foot at the top of the stairs.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
All
Yeah,
right.
I gotta
It's
go.
great.
I thought we were
I
gonna
gotta
do
run
this,
too.
and I'm like, oh yeah, because because I saw Kim hop on, and I have to go on. Hop on.
Well, I want to try and do this kind of weekly decompress,
Oh yay!
compare notes, maybe have where we're all sitting down creating and kind of like, hey, look what I'm working on, kind of
Yeah.
thing. That's fun.
Yeah.
But I really wanted to introduce Monster to everybody and kind of combine
That's cool.
my in my TikTok family. I'm so glad that you came along, Marie.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you
Thanks
very
for.
much.
I wasn't prepared, but I came, and that's okay.
It's a pleasure meeting you. It's a
You
pleasure.
too. You too.
All right, you guys.
All
Have
right.
a good evening.
Thank
Bye.
you.
All right.
Kim.
All right. Are we out of here? All right.
Yeah.
Have a great week. Love you guys.
We'll connect offline in a second.
Okay.
All right.
All right. 1 second. All right.
Oh.
Bye.
Okay.
Let me see.
Bye.
Okay, wait a second.
And
Oh,
Veronica.